Howdy. It is Sunday evening. In fact, it's the last Sunday of 2024. We're going to do a daily Wisdom for Men devotional. I hope you have your Bible because we're going to go somewhere there. Don't know where yet, haven't checked. I'm happy to sport this new tie. This was one of the ties that came in the mail from over there, from across the pond. Not the Atlantic way, the Pacific way. Actually, I got a bunch of them right here on the floor, still in plastic. Ties are nice, and when you can get them for a good price, like less than $2, I ain't gonna complain. Not sure what it is about the new style, like smaller ties. I like the bigger ones, the old big ones, but sign of the times, I guess. I wonder, aside from Goodwill, where a good place would be to get ties. I love used stuff. I don't know why people are so vain and everything has to be new. I don't get that. In fact, the Lord has been speaking to me or showing me, or just maybe it's being revealed. The word vanity is coming up a lot. And I personally believe that in 2025, God is going to deal with a lot of people regarding their vanity. And we're all vain because we all have a fallen nature. We all have to deal with pride every day, and sometimes vanity is connected to pride. It's our pride that sometimes makes us vain. Vanity can cover a lot of things. People just buying expensive things so everybody else will go, ooh, ah. But these days, a lot of things that might excite you, when you express them or you show them or you tell a story to most people, you know what they'll indirectly tell you? They'll say, oh, well, that's great. That'll get you a smile and a cup of coffee, and that's it. I heard that from a rock and roll singer had said that one time. Somebody quoted that to him. He told them an awesome story of someone they got to meet and this and that, and the person said, well, that's great. That'll get you a cup of coffee and a smile. A lot of people are vain just to show things off. But in the end, that vanity, it's really for nothing. We can speak on the subject of vanity all the way to devices and filters. A lot of people use filters when they do photos because they want to look better in their photos. That's just one example. Also, the whole makeup thing. People wearing makeup to cover up what they naturally have. And I don't think people stop to think what God actually thinks about it, you know? And I know the old saying, well, sometimes the old barn door needs paint, but as our pastor says, you're not a barn door, you're a human being, you are made in the image of God. Like I said, I believe this isn't going to be the last of this subject. I think vanity is going to be dealt with in a lot of people soon. I don't know how. Maybe a lot of people will have a change of heart, that God will work on them. We need to lean more toward being modest people, being satisfied with what we have, not trying to make it look like we have things that we really don't. And that's a broad subject. But anyway, just thought I'd give you a little sidebar note. We're on to January the 23rd. We're going to read in Proverbs yet again, the 27th chapter, if you want to go there in a Bible here this evening. But that subject started because of this beautiful new tie. Like I said, it's probably cost me less than $2. But I think I love it. I love the color. It's really nice. I think it goes good with the gray. You know, I like to look my best when I can, but not for vanity's sake. You know, when you're putting yourself out there for all to see, for the most part, I mean, I think you should try to look your best. Maybe it's a standard. I don't know. But anyway, I love the tie. One-on-one interventions is what this is called. And in the NIV, the 5th and 6th verses of Proverbs 27 are grouped together, which tell us, better is open rebuke than hidden love. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. All right, Proverbs 27. Let's go there really quickly. And once again, I thank God for Bible Taps to get us a place quickly, which this time it's not getting me there as fast as I would like. Proverbs, where are you hiding? There we go. Okay. For books like Proverbs, it's really not going to matter so much about what version you have. But there are a lot of Bible versions out there that are really not good at all. That much is true. All right, Proverbs 27. Let's read. It's 27 verses, but I don't want to read all that tonight. I got more videos to do anyway, and I don't want to save my voice. Let's read the first 10 verses, and I'll cover it. Proverbs, the 27th chapter, starting with verse 1. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring forth. This is quoted in the Epistle of James as well. Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. A stone is heavy, and the sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both. Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand before envy? Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. The full soul loathes a honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. As a bird that wanders from her nest, so is a man who wanders from his place. Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so does the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Do not forsake your own friend or your father's friend, nor go into your brother's house in the day of your calamity, for better is a neighbor who is near than a brother far off. All right. I like this nice little compact book. Daily Wisdom. I love wisdom, and I need it, so give me what you got today. And don't forget, the title of this one is One-on-One Interventions. The author tells us, confrontation is uncomfortable for most people. It is for me, for the most part. We don't like being told that we're harboring sinful or unhealthy attitudes, or taking part in actions that displease God or cause others pain. Yeah, I really don't like that. But it has to be done sometimes. And it could be even harder to be that guy, the one who must somehow summon the courage it takes to confront a friend who so desperately needs it. That is true. But the Bible tells us that a true friend is one who is willing to risk the friendship and say what needs to be said to a brother or sister in the Lord who is either living with obvious sin or has some kind of blind spot that keeps him or her from living or thinking in a way that pleases God. I would say that demons are some of the biggest blind spots people have. People who are clinging and holding on to false doctrines, it's often a spirit that is blinding them, making them think that it's the truth when they're not, because they received the false teaching as a truth, and that opened a spiritual doorway to a demon, to an unclean spirit. And it blinds people. It's easy to decide to just mind your own business when your friend strays from God's standards of living and thinking. And I've done this myself. I've just neglected it. Pray a little bit and hope for the best, but sometimes we need to have an intervention. But today's verse teaches us that part of being a real friend is being willing, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, to speak difficult truth to those you love and to do it gently and firmly. Question: do you have that kind of friend? And can you be that kind of friend? Can you think of a time when you had to be a part of an intervention to help somebody spiritually because they were going off the rails? I like to say and tell people that a true friend will warn you. In our class today, in Sunday school, I asked one of the students, hey, if you saw your friend heading toward a cliff, would you give him warning? And why would you give him warning? And it was the pastor's grandson, and he had the right answer. If we love people, warn them, but do it in love. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things, to say things. There's a right way and a wrong way to intervene. So make sure you do it the right way. Pray about it first and have the Lord direct you in what to do and what to say. It's often best that way. God bless you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week and the rest of your weekend. And I will see you in the next Daily Wisdom for Men devotional.